He knows it doesn't matter what's under a hood. The only thing that matters is who's behind the wheel.
When I flushing it, I don't stick to this.
But again, with the driver right now, the driver sucks.
I tried to activate my glutes the best I could.
Most important thing, make sure you fade it.
Oh, hello. Welcome back to a new episode of Under the Covers, a golf podcast where we deep dive each week into the latest PGA Tour winners bag. Last week, we had a very live-heavy episode, but this week, we're so back to PGA because we have a lot to talk about. Zurich Classic happened, the Chevron Championship LPGA Major to talk about. My name is Dominic. We're your hosts. We have Matt with us. What's going on, Matt?
What's up, Dom? Last week I told you I would take a hiatus from the game. I found a swing thought. I'm back. We're feeling good. So
I think we love to hear this every single episode, that you're so back or you have some kind of issue. What was your swing thought that you found?
stay in the box. You got to stay in the box. I was moving outside of the box. So
I like that. Was there a 2-degree difference in the weather? So it was going 5 yards short, and then there's a little bit of dew on the ground because it's early morning, so it's going to add a couple yards, or what were we thinking?
Okay, Bryson. No, just getting a little ahead of myself. Just too excited to hit the ball. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, we're excited too, and we're also excited that Kevin's here on a little work trip. What's going on, Kev?
Yep, I'm on a work trip at Lake the Ozarks. I was supposed to play. Coworker got us a pretty sick tee time at Portosima Golf Club, the club at Portosima. Pretty nice club. I think Golf Digest one time gave it like their best in the state for Missouri.
Ooh.
It started off pretty sick, and then we got rained on after 4 holes, so we didn't even get to make it to the scenic part. If you look at the course layout, lakeside holes, picturesque holes going in, $1 million boats in the background, $1 million house in the background. Didn't get to see it. Got the hat though. Cart boy needs to work on his hospitality skills though.
Is that right?
During when we got rained on and we thought like, all right, let's go to the bar. We'll wait this out. Go to pull up to the cart barn. Back when I was a cart boy, it was like, yeah, you let people pull in, keep their stuff dry. Then when play is ready, pull back out.
Right.
He's got a cart there. I was like, yeah, can I pull in? He goes, yeah, I'm going to finish cleaning these 3 carts first. I was like, okay, I guess I'll just sit here in the rain, just getting dumped on. It's like, what kind of like private club is this?
Kevin has beef with the cart boy.
I know. He just gave us some attitude. I guess, we were unaccompanied guests, so it's like whatever, but
yeah. It's still strange though.
I thought it was a pretty like simple thing to just like pull one cart out of the way and let us like get dry, but he thought otherwise.
If you're listening, cart boy, Kevin wants to fight you.
It's on site next time we're in the Ozarks.
Yeah, and then like after he like told us that we could sit there and wait in the rain, he goes, I don't think it's going to clear up for a while. And it's like, oh yeah, thanks for your insight, bud.
The world. I mean, it's a pretty private club. I'm assuming I was going to say typically you want to treat your guests well, so they, want to join, but maybe he was like, they're not joining.
Yeah, that's definitely what he was saying, and his way of saying that was also like, get the hell out of here. Like, number 1, don't pull your cart in here, and number 2, please leave as fast as possible.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That sucks. You got rained out. I'm assuming you can't go back on this trip.
No, yeah, we went to the pro shop and they gave us a reimbursement. It was weird. It was $275 for the round as an unaccompanied guest, and then when they quote unquote reimbursed us, it was like $8 short. So it's like, what did we get charged the $8 for? Was it for the 4 holes? Because then the $2 per hole, should have been a lot cheaper around.
I never heard of a prorated refund.
I have no idea what was going on there.
That's insane. Well, Let's get into the Zurich Classic recap because we don't like cart boys anymore. The Fitzpatrick brothers, Matt and Alex, have won this tournament in very fun fashion. That bunker shot on 18 was ridiculous. The announcer, the field reporter, said that was all ball, and I was like, did he just sky it past? But it was insane. Awesome way to finish that.
I was watching this like thing where they were had cameras on them after they were walking around, and I think like the first text that Fitz opened was from Rory, and Rory was like, "What a fucking bunker shot," which is so sick. Imagine getting that text from Rory.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
It's almost, why wasn't he playing? Well, he should be here.
Well, but yeah, I mean, dude, last 2 weeks, does Matt Fitzpatrick have the clutch gene? He has to now, right? I mean, it kind of validates that pulled iron shot at RBC a little bit. I think, like, it's like, okay, well, if you could do that, I mean, maybe you were aiming right there. But
even his bad shots are good.
I am very, very afraid of Matt's. I would be very afraid if I had to go play against Matt Fitzpatrick at the end of a tournament and or Ryder Cup. I think that would be a very scary matchup at this moment in time. He seems to have that dog in him. So with this win, Alex Fitzpatrick gets a PGA Tour card through 2028. So 2.5 years on the PGA Tour. That's insane. That's worth a ton of money. All signature events in 2026. So that would be $20 million in guaranteed purses that he gets to play in over the rest of the season. A 2026 PGA Championship exemption, and a 2027 Players Championship exemption. So pretty insane. Pretty good gift from your brother. Dom, you should probably text Tony and see why he didn't become the number 3 player in the world. And
it's a little rude of him. I don't know what he's doing with his life
brother.
right now.
Yeah.
I hope you're listening, Tony. Get out of here.
Definitely best brother of the year award. It looked like Matt was so like happy at the end, like maybe even happier, than his brother to, have that happen, like give him that gift. And, it's the power of Skechers, like the power of friendship, I guess. Power of brothership.
Kevin, we're going to order you a pair of Skechers.
I did actually think on 18, I was like, this kind of look okay. I guess I just wish they had a different logo.
I think they're $160. I don't know if I'd pay $160 for Skechers. But if you're listening, Skechers, you can send them here and we'll wear it.
Yeah, we'll test them out.
Yeah. It's like watching him swing, and like Matt Fitzpatrick is just so good. He like probably makes anything look good. But I was thinking to myself, I was like, am I a brand whore? Like, am I the problem here? Why I hate these Skechers so bad?
We should get Kevin a hat that has, it's like, the up, down, upside down, or the big letter hats. Mm-hmm. We should get Kevin one that just says Frumpy and make him wear it.
That'd be sick. I'd wear it. If you buy it for me, I'll wear it.
And make him wear it at like the next time he sees Matt Fitzpatrick in person or something.
That's awesome. Yeah. And then we got to put the Skechers logo on the side.
Yeah.
I think we can do it.
Yeah, I'll wear some Skechers mandals in the process.
Explain to me about the prize that Alex got. So did he win because that's what the winner of this tournament gets, or did he win enough points to achieve these things? Because I'm very confused by it.
It's like if you win a PGA Tour event when you don't have exemption, like this is what you get. So this is a unique event because it's a partner event. It's like the only one that would happen in this fashion.
The only other thing that I think is you can technically win, like if you play in a sponsor's exemption, this would be a similar thing, right? If a tournament, if like AT&T was like, hey, we want somebody that doesn't have any status to play in this event, and then they win, they would get all this stuff as well.
Oh, okay. Nice.
There's a little bit of online stuff with it because they're like, well, he wasn't the only one playing, et cetera, et cetera. Like, he still hit 50% of the shots.
Yeah, it's still hard to do.
Some could argue that he was almost their detriment on Sunday, that like Matt totally saved them. Some could argue that. I might not, or I might.
Some might.
Matt really, really picked them up.
Alex, if you saw, I think he hit a flop shot from like behind the green after like Matt like came out of a wedge too, though. I don't know. Alex had some good shots. Like, yes, Matt Fitzpatrick was like the alpha, obviously, but I don't know. I think you both have to play good to win, but
Yeah. He's certainly a player. Like, obviously he won DP Tour events, so it's like, who am I to say that he's not good? But like, it was like those last like couple holes, it seemed like he was putting Matt in the position to like tap in putts so that then he would tee off on the next hole. So it's like you're going back and watching, and it's like, why is he teeing off on every hole? And it's like Matt Fitzpatrick is the one who clearly has like picked up all the speed, and he is like killing it on tour, like driving accuracy and driving distance. And like what they shot wasn't it 73 on Sunday?
I can't. Yeah, I think it was something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think they're like one over, whatever. But I was I randomly found this Instagram account called Pull Cuts, which I'm really into right now. And they're big Matt and Alex Fitzpatrick fans because they both hit pull cuts off the tee. It's like if you go down the Instagram rabbit hole, it's like they just have shots of players hitting pull cuts, and they try to convince everybody why pull cuts are the best shot to hit on tour and everything, and all this sort of stuff, which I believe, but it was sick to find that. I was definitely up for like an extra hour last night in bed just watching. I watched an hour worth of pull cuts.
That's
When
awesome.
Dom's bombing it, he hits a pull cut.
Yeah, Dom, you're a pull cutter. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know why I'm doing it, but I do it.
There's something so impressive about people who can hit that pull cut where, it's like the cut produces more spin, but you can still bomb it.
Yeah.
My cut just loses so much distance, and just all the energy is lost in spin. I just like marvel at people who can do it.
I wish I could tell you how.
Speaking of great drivers of the golf ball, Nelly Korda. Domination on the LPGA Tour, Chevron Championship. When she makes putts, nobody beats her, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She hit 16 of 18 greens and reg on Sunday. Insane. I think she said in the interview, it's like, whenever I can hit the greens, then I can win. Like, I'm missing putts, but I'm still winning because I'm hitting greens. I'm like, hell yeah. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but something similar to that.
I didn't know she was 5'10".
Really?
I had no idea.
I thought she's 6+ for sure.
No, she's only 5'10", but I thought that was tall, at least for me. But
yeah, it's above the average for females. So
relatively, yeah.
I feel like the Chevron. So I've played Memorial Park a bunch of times. Cool golf course, but the Chevron is like, I guess they try. It's like the Masters, right? Of the women's game. Like, it doesn't move courses. It's at the same course every year. I feel like they need like a classic club in the South. If they can't do like Augusta, which I think if they could do Augusta, it'd be sick. It would never happen, but like they could go to a classic club like Colonial or something if Colonial doesn't get like a signature event, and like really like lean into that, right? And like lean into a classic club that has famous holes. I just don't think anybody's ever going to. I think that's what makes Augusta so good, is like, the holes and what it's going to look like every year. And I just feel like nobody's ever really going to get that with Memorial Park, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like that tournament doesn't have an identity right now, but if it's at Memorial Park, which I guess it is through 2029, I think Nelly might win for the next 4 years.
So. I know. She's going to just keep winning. I mean, that's her second one. When did she win? 2024?
Yeah.
2 years ago. And wasn't she in the running last year too?
Or I think she was. Maybe not last year. I don't know. She got a lot of she did a lot of close calls in this tournament, but yeah, man, I think she just needs to play well at the US Open this year. I think that's kind of her big thing. So,
yeah, she is ridiculous. And why we're talking about her so much is typically we're doing PGA, but we're going to switch gears this week again a little bit, and we're going to do Nelly Korda's Under the Covers. It's a LPGA major. I feel like there was a lot of attention on this one, more than normal. I feel like, I don't know if it's just because it's one of the more popular majors for the women's tournaments, but very fun watch. So Nelly Korda, she wins her 17th career win on tour and acquires her third major. So just mention that 2024 she won the Chevron as well, and then she also in 21 won the KPMG Women's PGA Championship. So she's, winning majors. It's insane that she never won any tournaments last year. I don't fully understand that or how that happens. I know you were mentioning that she switched to the Spider last year, but back to the Chevron. So opening around 65, 65, and then went 70, 70. And on Sunday, she had a 5-stroke lead coming into it. And I don't think it ever got any closer than 4, maybe 3 strokes. But she was just insane the entire time, fully in control for sure, and set some records as well. 36-hole lead. And then I think she tied the 54, but I could be wrong there. I don't know if she beat it or not. So then, like I said, only missed 2 greens in regulation on that last round. And Matt, I'm going to let you pronounce the runner-up because I'm going to botch it. But she was playing well, too, it seemed like.
Patty Tavacanikit. Oh, God, I don't know if I got that. But Patty T. I think that's
Patty great. Patty T.
Patty T.
But Matt loves people named Patty.
Patty Eyes. Yeah, Patty
Matt
Eyes.
loves people named Patty.
I do. Yeah.
Patty
Got a soft spot for Pats.
So the before we get into what's under the covers, I did want to shout out the because it's kind of in the news right now too, is the what is considered a grand slam in the LPGA. So everyone's been saying that, well, let me say this. There's 5 majors in the LPGA. Typically, in the PGA, there's only 4. But whenever you win 4 of these 5, it is considered a grand slam. And a lot of people are saying, well, why shouldn't you win all 5? Which is very interesting. But there's only one person who's won all 5, and that's Carrie Webb. So I don't know if and they call it the super grand slam when you win all 5. So it's interesting that they consider the grand slam with 4. I don't know where that came from. Was that started, do you know about that, Matt?
Well, the Evian wasn't a major until maybe like 10 years ago. Maybe
2013.
2013. Okay. So I think because like Annika Sorenstam, I don't know if she ever won the Evian. Like she was kind of finished playing before that became a major, but she definitely, or I think she won the Grand Slam before that. So like, I guess if you add a major, are you going to take away Grand Slams from people that never had a chance to win the Evian? Like, I think that's why they do it essentially, right? Like if you made the players in the men's game a major, do you retroactively be like, oh well, Jack Nicklaus never won the Grand Slam?
Yeah, or Tiger
right?
won. Tiger won 7 more majors or whatever it is.
Right. Like, yeah, it's kind of hard. So I think like they just made a line in the sand. And the Evian has always been kind of like a half major. Like, I don't really think it's they bought themselves, I think, into being a major.
Gotcha. So one more stat about Nelly is I mentioned that she never won last year, but this year has been a hot start. So there's been 5 events this year. She's either won it or got second place in every event. And the only 2 people that we just mentioned are Annika Sorenstam and Carrie Webb. So pretty sweet company to start off the year. Annika being the most dominant golfer in the game, and then Carrie Webb is obviously a legend too. But Nelly Korda gets the win, Chevron Championship. Kevin, let us know what's under the covers.
Ask me what's under Nelly's covers. That seems like a loaded question here, but let's talk about her golf clubs.
Change the wording.
So Nelly TaylorMade staffer big TaylorMade branded in person through and through, except for she does have one kind of odd club, but TaylorMade QI40 driver. Her shaft is pretty exciting. The Graphite Tour AD FI 6S. So the FI is new for 2026, and it is mid-launch, low to mid-spin. So Dom, I feel like this would be a fun one for you to try out sometime. Give me a guess. What does FI stand for?
You have one, Matt?
No, I have no idea. I was thinking.
I was thinking something with like the torque, but I have no idea.
Isn't FI stand for nickel on the periodic table?
No, that would be.
I think that's iron.
Ah, damn it.
But no, FI stands for flight intelligence.
Oh yeah, give me 1,000 guesses, I would not have got that.
Yeah. So there's some interesting things there in the FI that it considers the butt section to be firm plus in the center section, and stiff tip. So that's how it gets like the mid launch. There's, when you look at Graphite Design's descriptions, there's like, kind of some marketing lingo, the tornado tip tech, Toriaka M40X material technologies. It's something in how they make the shaft, but Graphic Design, just like we've said before, like they have so many different shafts. Like their shaft menu is like very expansive. Like you could really get lost in trying out these. So still a fun one, new for 2026. They make cool stuff.
FI stands for fluoronium on the periodic table, by the way.
Okay.
Thank you for that fact check.
I wasn't close with the iron guess, but
What is nickel?
I think it's Ni. Okay, sorry, we're off topic.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, so TaylorMade Stealth 2 3-wood, Ventus Red 7S. So higher launching Ventus. We talk a lot about the black. Sometimes we sprinkle in a blue. This is our first red. Fun one. She's looking for some high launch, some higher launch, big carry numbers on the 3-wood. And then she uses the Stealth 2 still on the 7-wood, but with the black 7S. So lower launch, low spin on the 7-wood. And, just kind of an interesting pair there with lower loft at 3-wood, higher loft 7-wood, but then, mixing the shafts. A little uncommon for some of the players we've seen, but like you could kind of understand the thought she's going for. She wants like long bombing 3-woods, and then, really controlled, more stopping power with the loft, but really controlled with the lower launch on the 7-wood. So cool stuff there. Interesting that she's still playing the Stealth 2. You guys have any thoughts about the Stealth 2 versus some of the other fairway woods we've covered?
Stealth 2, I feel like that was an unpopular line. I feel like the Stealth is more popular than the Stealth 2, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Dom, go.
I feel like it flew under the radar a little bit because Stealth had a massive marketing push, and then all of a sudden I started seeing Stealth 2s in people's bags, and I'm like, when did this even happen? Like it's maybe it was more on the YouTube influencer, kind of train that I just didn't see, but yeah, definitely feel like I saw more Stealths out there.
Yeah. The Stealth 2 was kind of interesting. I feel like with the Stealth, people were excited about the carbon face. And then on the Stealth 2, I think the carbon face excitement kind of dwindled. And then there was some like kind of social media horror stories of people like cracking the carbon face or just like bad production quality. And then when they got to, some of the later lines, like, the QI10, QI35, and now QI40, the carbon face, is okay, at least when it came to the driver marketing. But with, some of the other fairway woods, like we talk about like the Sim titanium and some of the other like titanium face stuff, I don't recall if the Stealth 2 has always been titanium, or if it ever did any of the woods use a carbon face? Do you know, Matt?
I don't think the woods have gotten into the carbon face yet.
Yeah,
the
I
woods
think it
have
was
always
just
been.
on the driver, and that's how I feel like their marketing was. And so,
Yeah.
my memory of the Stealth and the Stealth 2 is like the marketing of the driver and like how obsessed they were with like promoting the carbon face.
The sequel's never as good as the original.
Facts.
Yeah, I had a Stealth 2 3 hybrid that I loved for like a short amount of time. And I thought I could just like absolutely nuke it. It was like going as far as my 3 would. And it kind of seemed like it was almost like a redundant club in the bag. So I thought it was like this like cheat code, and then I just got really erratic with it, and then it was short lived in the bag.
Would that be the head, or is that partly the shaft? Like, did you put that head on a shaft you've been using, or what?
No, I used the hazardous black shaft in that, and then it was 100% my fault. Like I was hitting like these low like screamers that would just like run for days, and I just felt like I couldn't like control it, like distance wise. It was just too unpredictable for me.
Mm-hmm. I do want to bring us back a little bit. So you were mentioning on our driver shaft, I feel like the graphite design is a little bit different in this way, but you're mentioning there's thirds, different sections of stiffness. So do you know why does that closer to the head? Why does that being more flexible? Why does it give you low spin? I figured that'd be more whippy and spinny.
So the tip section, that's why it's like low to mid on the spin. The tip section like controls a lot of the spin. So it's like firm plus in the midsection and the butt, and then just like stiff in the tip. So the looser tip would add spin. So I think you're thinking of it correctly. Am I misunderstanding?
Yes. No.
Okay.
I think I'm confused.
So so the midsection would control the mid and butt would control a lot of like the launch, like high and low. The butt would really feel like in your hands, like how stiff or how like soft something feels.
Mhm.
Like you could like in theory have like a high launching shaft that feels extremely stiff in your hands. But in this, it's gonna like feel kind of stiff. It's gonna launch low, but then have a little bit higher spin in comparison to the launch because it's a little bit softer tip, but it's still a stiff tip. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Matt, am I explaining that?
Yes, I always equate it back because I think the Ventus has done such a good job at, and I know we're talking about the graphite design, but I feel like the Ventus has done such a good job of being like black is super stiff. You can't feel the head unless you swing it really fast. Blue is in the middle. Red is like you can feel the tip a little bit more, and that's how I was equated back to. Like, I feel like Nelly, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, wants to feel the head more and feel the face a little bit more where it is, and so she uses a little bit lesser stiff tip section in her driver, so she has that feel that she seems like she likes. Is that, and then, but yeah, I mean, in theory, right, the stiffer the tip, the less spin you're going to generate, the lower launch, right? And then with the red, right, like a Ventus red, you're going to spin it more, going to launch higher. It has a less stiff tip section, essentially.
Yeah.
Or
If you were to like cut a shaft shorter, if you like cut the tip, you like make the shaft stiffer and would then like launch lower and spin less.
That's what Gary Woodland does, if you remember that conversation.
Yeah.
He cuts 2 inches off the tips of his shaft because he spins it like crazy.
So
Yeah,
then
he swings a 4x4 that's also like tipped.
I think we did talk about this like week 1 of our show, but why wouldn't everybody do that? Like, is it more tailored to your swing? Like, some people generate spin more than others? Because it seems like everyone's using a low spin.
When you're playing on tour, right? Like when you're swinging 100. Okay, let's I guess when you're on the PGA Tour, like the guys are all swinging it 115 to 120 miles an hour, you're going to spin it like crazy. But for somebody like Nelly, who maybe gets up to, she probably sniffs 100 club head speed, Kevin, somewhere probably around there when she's swinging it fast.
Yeah, I bet 100, 105,
Yeah.
110 maybe.
She just is not going to put as much spin as somebody like Rory, who's going to swing it at 120 plus, and just, it's just dynamics of the club hitting the golf ball. You're going to spin the golf ball.
Right. If you think about like the energy you're delivering to the ball, if you swing it faster, like you're gonna put more spin on it. So it depends on the player and how you deliver the club to the ball. Like someone could have a ton of speed, but just the way they deliver it, maybe they want like higher launch.
Makes sense.
So moving along, hybrid. This is her one non-tailor-made club. She's got Ping G425, 26 degree, playing at 25 with a Ventus blue. So she's got the whole Ventus line here represented. So mid launch, mid spin on the Ventus blue. Sorry, dropped the phone. And the Ping G425 was really famous for the forgiveness when it came out, and I think that's one of Ping's calling cards, like all across the board, is good performance and like ultra forgiveness. So she's able to hit those bombs with the 3-wood, hit like really controlled like long shots with the 7-wood, and then have like a lot of versatility and forgiveness with her hybrid. I had a G425 driver. I loved it. Sounded like a metal baseball bat when I hit it. But a very fun club. I never hit a hybrid, but I know people that I know have loved them.
Nice. So this seems like just one that she's comfortable with. She probably asked TaylorMade, "Hey, let me keep this one club." And what hybrid would you compare this to? Like, would this be more of a 7 hybrid?
So it's a 5 hybrid. It's a 5 hybrid in the loft, and it looks like it's got some, like, from the pictures of in hand, it looks like it's pretty worn. So she's probably been playing it for a minute.
Yeah, gotcha. Nice.
So then moving on to her irons, some pretty cool ones. TaylorMade P770 on the 5 iron. So player's distance, sort of 5 iron. P7CB, which we've talked about in the 6 through pitching wedge. And her shafts, I think, are like really cool. The Aerotech steel fiber I-80 CW. So in our common theme, what does CW stand for?
Cavity back.
CW, not CB.
Oh,
The shafts.
Center weight.
No.
No,
I thought that was good. That was a good one.
Steel fiber has some weird stuff.
Is W
it's constant weight. So they're about 85 grams per shaft, and in the CW line, they are made specifically for the length, so that they'll be the exact same weight. And then you're able to change weights in the head. Typically, the shorter irons are going to get heavier in the head so that you can keep the same swing weight through your set. If you were to play the I-80s, not the CW, they're made, one shaft, and then you trim it to exactly like what you want for that club. So there's a little more flexibility in like a custom golf fitter's ability in the I-80. You can like tip something a little more, cut a little shorter from one end or another, depending on like how someone is hitting each individual club, or like you let steel fiber kind of determine the like shaft, like in flight characteristics of each individual shaft in the CW. So I think those shafts are pretty cool. A good friend of mine plays steel fibers and absolutely loves them. I've had my eye on them for a second as like a experimental set that I want to build, but just a little hesitant to spend the money on them. They're actually not that crazy in cost. I think they're like $60 a shaft. Where some of the higher end shafts can get up closer to like $100 a shaft.
Yeah.
And is she maybe using a tour version, or is it you can buy the same ones?
I think you can buy the same ones. Again, like the question's always there on if it's like a marketing thing, if we can actually buy the same ones, but it appears like we can.
They've been out for a while. I feel like those fibers, I remember seeing those like in high school golf with somebody.
Yeah. Very unrelated, but Steel Fiber has a new graphite putter shaft that they released that I like desperately want to try out. I'm very close to just buying one and slapping it in my putter.
Is her having the same, like that constant weight? Is there a similarity to Bryson's same length?
No.
No, Bryson's dumb.
The non-CWs are going to be close, but you're still gonna try to match your swing weight throughout. This is more in the flight characteristics. Like Steel Fiber is making them specific to each club, where rather than like a custom club fitter like doctoring up something.
That's sick. Okay.
Yeah, fun stuff there. We talked about the CWs, players, cavity back. Cool tailor-made set. On her wedges, she's got some different stuff. I think you guys saw some cool things she does like custom-wise on her wedges. TaylorMade MG4 on her 50 degree. She's got a Proto 54. And then here's another, oddball. She's got a Vokey SM11 58 degree. And then on these, she also has the graphite Steel Fiber I-95. So a little bit heavier than her irons, which is pretty typical. But the I-95 CWs, so they're also going to be like a constant weight design for each of her shafts.
I love golf equipment because I feel like, right, like Kevin, you dive super deep into like driver shafts and 3-wood shafts and everything. And like, whereas like I'm a little bit more just like, I just put a shaft in my driver and I'll see if I like it. Right. And like putter shafts. But like, I love her wedge grinds. I think her wedge grinds are sick. Like she's got the T grind, which is like an ultimate player's grind, quote unquote tour grind in the 58 degree. And then she also hand grinds the leading edges on her other wedges. So that means she must have some issue with digging into the ground, either on chip shots or full shots or whatever that may be. So she kind of grinds that leading edge off, and then she throws some lead tape on the backside to make sure the swing weight stays the same. But I think it's so interesting just how like she's probably a little taller. She probably comes in a little steeper on most of those wedges than some of the ladies out there, and she kind of hits down into it. And she had a problem obviously with digging in the turf, so she kind of has her own little custom Nelly grinds. And then she has a pretty cool stamp, NFK on her 54. I can only assume that stands for Nelly freaking Korda, but I don't know her.
That's awesome.
But that would be sick if it was.
That like kind of blows my mind. Just like I always want like a sharp leading edge just because I want to hit like crispy chip shots and like keep the leading edge under the ball because I'm like so scared to like skull it, over the green. If I was as good as Nelly, I'd be able to, custom grind and shave some of that off. You're
not playing in Bermuda grass, Kev, up in St. Louis. No, you gotta get down to Texas and play in the Bermuda grass. You'll take that leading edge right off real quick.
Yeah, very true. We got fluffy grass up here in the Midwest.
What's the difference between like grinding that leading edge off and just bending it?
Well, bending it will change like the bounce angles. So if you actually bend the loft, obviously you're changing how far it goes, right? So if you put a 54 to 55, you'll kind of change how you're shooting for a target. But really, when you're hitting a chip shot, it's not really about the loft. It is, but it's a lot more about how the ground interacts with how the bounce of the wedge interacts with the turf, right? Let's take the T grind, for example. The T grind is a super thin thin grind. So the sole of the wedge is really thin. So that's the least amount of like club interacting with the turf. So she's basically trying to take away, it takes away a lot of the mistakes. Then you get into something like the K grind, which has a super wide sole, and those are really good for bunkers because it gets in the bunker and displaces a lot of sand and is able to get under it. So when you get into that chipping, it's more about how the wedge sole is versus the lofts. It's a whole
That's
artist.
cool though. Because
Yeah, it's
you
wild.
recently got a K grind, and you were saying that the bunker game was nice, right? Are you still playing it?
K star. So I'm a K
K-star.
star guy, which is it's a triple grind sole. So leading edge relief, kind of like Nelly. Then it's kind of got some relief on the top, and then it's got a bunch of heel side relief. So what that does is I can open the wedge up and flat face it on the ground, and it sits really flush. In the bunkers, it's really good, kind of that middle section, and then I can hit square face chips with it within Bermuda here in Texas, it doesn't dig into the ground because there's some leading edge relief. So,
oh, that's cool. I never thought of it as her being taller, and she just might be more upright. Maybe
she is very upright. I think
maybe whenever I come to Dallas, you can grind my wedges off.
I've got a grinder now here. I have a whole bag full of wedges. We can go through, and I actually got about 3 or 4 old Nike wedges we can play around with. So
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
We should start a new segment called Bump and Grind.
That'd be awesome. That's awesome.
What kind of putter is she rocking?
Her putter's sick. I don't normally like love TaylorMade putters. Like, yeah, they're cool, but they're just like don't have that wow factor. But I think her putter like does have the wow factor. Her NK Proto. She had previously played in Olsen, which we've talked about a lot. That the Logan Olsen putters are the coolest thing on earth. My hero. Shout out Logan if you're listening. Let us know. But she's got a wider sole blade that she's got a alignment line on the top line and on the flange. So that's like perfect to make sure that your eyes are like right over the ball, so you can like line up those 2 alignment lines. If you're not aligned because of the different heights, those lines won't match up. And then also if you're not over and they do match up, then clearly like you're doctoring how the putter's sitting on the ground, to fit your misaligned eyes. But really cool there. And then it's got the, true roll insert like most TaylorMade putters. Very, very cool putter. I would just absolutely kill to be able to try this one.
And Matt, you were saying she or I said it, you told me earlier. So she had used a spider last year.
yeah, I think in 2024, maybe even late 2024, and then 2025, she was in a spider. And she was admittedly she was putting bad with the whatever blade she was using at that time when she switched to the spider, and I think she putted a little bit better in the beginning, but she never really got back to like the same level or being like a good putter. Like she was always negative strokes gained putting with the spider, it felt like. And I think it was at a low. I think it was like a low of low at the Women's US Open last year at Erin Hills. I think she wins that golf tournament if she's an average putter at the Women's US Open last year. Like she was beyond bad, and she was using the spider. Like I remember where I was watching and she had like 4 or 5 birdie looks, like good birdie looks within 10 feet on the in the back 9, and it was like miss, and they weren't even like close. They were like weak, like not even getting the whole, just like bad, not confident strokes.
Like Rory 2025.
Yeah. And I'm glad she's back to the blade. It just shows that the spider doesn't fix everything, but it fixes a lot. It doesn't fix everything.
At least the like wider sole on the putter will add some forgiveness.
Yeah.
I'd be curious, like Matt, what you think about something ever since we talked about Jordan Spieth's putter with the TP Mills. Yeah, I read about TP Mills has frequently put the hosel of or the neck of the putter to be flush with the face. If you can like picture that in the plumber's neck,
Right.
I've been seeing like a ton of the plumber's necks be back off of the face. Do you know why like they do that? Or like what about that with the offset of the putter would be like appealing one way or another? It's like when I read the TP Mills, I was like, yeah, that makes like clear sense. Like, why wouldn't you want it straight up and down? It seems like that'd be easier to machine for a manufacturer. But it seems like no one does that.
Isn't that getting the blade? Because right, historically blades have a ton of toe hang. Doesn't that get you blades that have less toe hang and sit closer to face balanced?
Not necessarily, because you could change the quantity of offset, and it's the shaft axis where that goes in relation to the club head center of gravity that determines the toe hang. So if the shaft axis is inside the center of gravity, the more and more would be more toe hang. So like if you can picture like a short plumber's neck or a slant neck, that shaft axis would be way inside the center of gravity and produce more toe hang.
Right.
And then like the long neck plumber's necks would get it more in line, and you could have
You
like
could
a face balance blade.
Yeah. I don't know.
But like, why would it be more back versus like flush with the face?
I'll have to do some research. I don't know. It seems like, I mean, could it almost be something to do with a little bit of, you kind of get that natural, kind of natural, like forward press a little bit. Yeah, right? Kind of with the labs, where the labs kind of have that, like natural, because it sits back a little bit further.
Yeah. Maybe I still think you would control the amount of offset in the neck with the construction of the top of the neck.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
It just seems like from a manufacturing standpoint, that'd be way easier to make that flush with the face.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll have to dig into that, because when I read about it, I was just like, it's an interesting point. I definitely never thought of. And in the like Jordan Spieth conversation, they were talking about like that Jordan felt like it was a more stable putter than any of the Scotty protos that he was trying.
Tough scene for Scotty on that one.
Yeah, but weird tangent, but I just wanted to ask what you thought of it.
No, I've never even, I've been going through my putter woes myself, but haven't come across that one yet. I haven't gotten any long necks, but I think I found the one for me. So
nice. Long neck.
Will Zalatoris. And then on the ball, she plays TP5X. Yeah.
And one more time, Kevin, I know you said it before, but remind me, what is the difference between X and TP5?
TaylorMade has to be different. So the TP5 is the Pro V1X. The TP5X is the Pro V1.
But what is the difference in the balls?
Oh, sorry. The TP5 would spin more than the TP5X.
Gotcha. I was like, come on, Kevin, you got it.
Sorry. I assumed that was a given. My apologies.
I found a Pro V1 left dash this weekend. Played it, really or Pro V1X left dash. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
really liked it. Was very, very impressed with it.
Nice. You gonna start using it?
I might. Yeah, I'm gonna. I got a couple more in the back, so I'm gonna try it out.
There you go. I like it. Well, Nelly Korda, huge fan. I think we've said it multiple times on this show, but if you ever want to emulate a golf swing, go watch LPGA, because they're butter. It's so fun to watch. So then what would be the next major coming up for them? Is that the KPMG? Or is
I don't know the order that they go. It might be no, I don't think it's the Women's US Open. Yeah, I think it's a KPMG. I don't know, but I think, and I don't know where that is this year.
Yeah, not sure, but regardless, go watch some women's sports. It's electric. It's growing. I did hear that some rumblings that the broadcast was like not up to par. Like it really wasn't as good as it could have been. So if you were watching, then that's unfortunate timing because whatever. But so moving back to PGA, the next tournament that we have coming up is the Cadillac Championship, and this is at Trump National, Doral, nicknamed the Blue Monster. Matt, what do you have to say about the Blue Monster?
Going back 1 second, sorry.
Oh.
Women's U.S. Open is next, Riviera, which is sick.
Ooh,
Dom,
okay.
we might have to send you out for a little on-course reporting. KPMG is at Hazeltine.
They're selling tickets at Costco like hotcakes.
Dude, we're going to send you out for some on-course reporting. Go see
Actually,
Nelly in person.
We should do that. That'd be fun. I'll
Yeah.
take Bree. She's okay. We should actually use Bree as a field correspondent. She's incredible on camera.
I love it.
We can maybe make that happen.
Yeah, I'm in. I think it's a great idea.
Beautiful. So, before we move on, actually, did y'all have anything else to add about Chevron or Nelly or LPGA?
No, Nelly's sick.
Nelly's awesome. Watch more women's golf. I think it's a great thing. I think it I think they swing it far more like us than we swing like the PGA Tour guys.
So, Matt, take us through though. Trump Doral. What do you have to say about Trump Doral?
Yeah, the Blue Monster. We used to have a PGA Tour event, very famously, at Doral back in the early or kind of like early 2010s. Gil Hanse completely did a redesign of it, so it's a lot harder now. Gil Hanse's normal thing. He takes out a couple bunkers, replaces them, puts them in better spots. The last tournament there, Liv actually had a tournament there 2 years ago, I think, something like that. So Liv's been there recently. Very, very famous for Rory throwing his iron into the water after he hit that shot. If you remember that one?
Yeah, and then someone went and fished it out.
Yeah, he absolutely helicoptered that iron. That was sick. Doral's awesome. It's super close to an airport. You get a bunch of big airplanes flying over it. It's in a cool spot. So it's good to have Miami back on the calendar. And Dom, if you remember our ideal PGA Tour schedule, we even talked about the Formula One race and the Miami Championship being at the same time. That's happening this week. I had no idea.
It's because Brian Rolap is listening to us. That's why.
Right. That's right. So
it's actually incredible that you called that.
The Formula One race is in Miami this weekend, and the Cadillac Championship is in Miami, and there's a ginormous Trump gold statue now that just got put out.
Is there really?
Just to put the cherry on top of everything. You can't make this shit up.
Oh, that's funny. So you were saying that there was a tournament back here. Is there a specific reason why they stopped playing here?
I can't remember what happened.
Wasn't it the WGC?
It was the WGC.
Yeah.
I guess they blew up the WGCs, right?
Yeah, they had the WGC Cadillac Championship.
Yeah.
And then with the revised schedule, WGC kind of went wayward. I don't remember exactly if it was the same time, but like they had like the WGC like Bridgestone Invitational was at Firestone, and like a couple of these tournaments all like just fell out. And then I think there's now only like 2 WGC events where there used to be 6, I believe. But like WGC used to be it was like top 50 in the world made WGC events, and then they were like, in the PGA Tour season. And wasn't the Dell Match Play Championship a part of the WGC as well?
You're right. Yep. Dell Match Play in Austin.
It's a fun event.
I think this week the big thing is somebody who used to tear apart Doral was our favorite son, P. Reed. So I think anybody
he would love that course.
Anybody that wins this week has to have an asterisk on the win because P's not in the field. So I'm just throwing that out there. I don't make the rules, but
One
I
and
think
done pick? P. Reed?
Well, he's not in the field. Oh, you could pick him because he's not in the field.
You dirty dog. Oh, you bitch.
All right. Transitioning to golf news. So the biggest news over the last week and a half, Jim Furyk is the Ryder Cup captain. My initial thoughts is we're cooked in Ireland. There's no way we're gonna win. I think they just offered him up as like a sacrificial lamb at this point.
I think it's because they want Keegan to play and not have the whole is he going to play and coach scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Jim Furyk was a prior captain, right?
Yeah, in Paris where we got cooked.
Yeah.
So
Jim Furyk has so many like sick stats in his playing career, not necessarily in his captaining career.
Yeah, I think he was the one where Patrick Reed kind of got in trouble, and then they didn't pair him with Jordan, and he got all upset in Paris or something. I don't know. I think basically like the PGA of America was like, look, we're gonna lose in Ireland. It's fine. Let's just send out somebody. It's like they're tanking in the NBA. We're just looking for number 1 draft pick in for 2029.
Why? I feel like I should know this. But why is it so crazy that a captain like could play at the same time? Like, what are they actually doing day by day, like on the course besides driving around?
I don't think they do much. I mean, they set the lineup and they like
set matchups probably, but I don't know if that's day to day. Like, isn't that?
I think it's probably like a mental preparation thing. Like if you're playing, you've got to be like so locked in to your performance and your like headspace to play well, where if you're captaining, you're just thinking about everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are like so good that maybe that's not that big of a deal, but like the other team is also so good that you probably need every ounce of your mental and physical capacity to play at a high level.
I like that.
I just think like obviously the Euros know how to do it so well. Like Luke Donald does so much behind the scenes, and it's like I feel like we just don't operate at that level. There's all these like analytics now that go with it, and famously Dodo Molinari is like the analytics god of the Euro team, and we don't have anybody. I don't think we do. Or I mean, I think we kind of do, but not to the level that the Euros do.
I saw some stories talking about like the European mentality towards the Ryder Cup is that they hold it in like such higher esteem than the US does. And like, therefore, like in the mental headspace, like the team guns at it and gives it every single thing that they've got physically and mentally, where like the US guys are like thinking about, is Patrick Cantlay going to wear a hat today or not? Or, like some like separate, media advertising type of thing that's like totally not a part of the golf.
Yeah.
They're thinking about their like Polo Ralph Lauren uniform, some just like dumb thing that is like not all in on the Ryder Cup. We're like, as spectators, like we're all in on the Ryder Cup, but like the players aren't.
Which, can we get a different designer?
I wish.
I think we need better
uniforms.
uniforms.
Everyone's great.
No.
I like it, but like let's just change. We change everything up every year. Like let's get something that looks cooler.
I can't stand the Polo Ralph Lauren like gets all the Ryder Cup gear and all the US Olympic gear.
Yeah.
And I can't stand it. It looks like just so I don't know how to describe it. I just like can't imagine like the peak athletic performance being Polo Ralph Lauren and not Nike.
It's wild. It's like you're going to your grade school like picture day whenever you're wearing all her stuff.
It's like you're shopping at the Children's Place or Gap.
Yeah, actually, bringing in Nike would be very cool. I would love to see
Nike
that.
would absolutely kill it.
How much neon can they fit into one?
No, that's terrible. That's a terrible idea. That's a bad idea. It needs to be like something like Holderness and Born or something. Something.
Are they an
Something
American
like-
brand?
Yeah.
Okay,
Basically.
yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Do anything. I'll accept any brand other than Polo and Tommy Hilfiger. Anything else, I'll accept.
It's not, you said two of the same things. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
Moving on. So big news this week: McLaren Golf. With the I can't believe I'm saying stupid words. I truly that's not something I had on my bingo card for 2026. But McLaren Golf, Justin Rose is playing a nearly full bag of McLaren clubs. I don't know. I think he still has pokey wedges in there, but yeah. WTF, man. You're playing some of the best golf of your career. And he's like, well, I did this once in 2019. It sucked. So let's try it again with a new equipment company. So
did you happen to watch, I know you didn't, Matt, but Kevin, did you watch the Grant Horvat and Justin Rose video?
No.
So on there, it's a quick note about it. He had basically mentioned, so Grant asked, who's your best friend on tour? And then he said that all of his friends are at Live. So he's like, we don't even talk anymore. Not like they hate each other. They just, the different schedules are doing this and that. So like, he just wanted to be back with his friends and be like Live and just change everything mid-season, I guess.
Well, Ian Poulter's playing him too.
The OKGC, they wanted to switch up everything possible mid-season.
Now, McLaren Golf Club on Live would be sick.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
With the F1, do all of it.
Yeah.
I think McLaren is just like luxury brands like to make luxury items. And like, golf is just like such a luxury sport. There's a simple parallel. Like someone asked me like why, they make these top end cars. Why would they even consider, making golf clubs? Aren't there like watch manufacturers that make all these like random different products? It just luxury brand one way or another.
Yeah, I just feel like it's weird to be playing some of the best golf of your career and change up everything.
Yeah.
You know what? I guess he's probably getting the back. Well, I don't actually think he's an investor. I don't think he's getting paid. So I think he has equity in the company. But
because they've been working with him for like 2 years. So
yeah.
I'm assuming all the specs are like pretty in tune with what he's wanting. And I'm sure he had some testing involved, but like it is kind of weird. Golf is such like a formulaic sport and you use what works. And yeah, it is very strange. I'm curious if he keeps his 5-wood though.
Formulaic, like Formula One.
Ooh, poet, and he didn't even know it.
I think he's got the McLaren woods in the bag too, or I actually don't know. I haven't seen under the covers yet if he's playing the woods or not. I actually haven't dug into that, but I'll dig into it this weekend.
Have you seen the irons?
I've seen the irons. The irons actually look. I mean, they kind of look cool.
I feel like you just changed your opinion mid sentence.
I mean, I can think something looks cool, but I think it's a stupid ass decision to play them. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I am going to make a bet that, and if this happens, both of you owe me a shot at some given point.
Okay.
Adam Scott is going to play these McLaren clubs at one time.
No, he's too classy for that.
This year, next
year.
But I'll
totally bet
Adam Scott is he's definitely going to play McLaren irons.
Well, it's funny you say that, Matt, because going off what Kevin said about class and like high class, whatever, I feel like Justin Rose is the perfect person on tour to be playing these clubs. It's weird they did it mid-season, but like whenever you think of class, it's Justin Rose, and then like you said, Kevin, Adam Scott as well. Like it makes perfect sense. Yeah. And I will take that bet because that'd be a fun shot to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. It fits so well. If they had announced this with like P. Reed, I probably would have thrown up.
P would probably be playing like Mercedes G-Wagon irons or something like that.
Oh.
Honda Civic irons.
Yeah. No, that's Russell Henley. Oh shit, that was mean.
Man.
All right, moving on. I'll be putting the Gordon Ramsay wedges in my bag later this week, and I'll report back. Live New Orleans is delayed. If I want to pull up the quote quickly, so if you have some thoughts on being delayed while I pull up this quote, I think it's great.
It's so funny. I mean, it's very live of them to do all this. And your tweet that you put out is perfect. It's snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
Right. I did something funny I saw for this. So the Live, they said they issued a postponement, citing a strategic decision and avoiding the crowded sports calendar. Kyle Porter, who's a really good golf reporter, tweeted, yes, avoiding the crowded global sports calendar by moving a golf event into football season. So I thought that was great. I think Live is on its deathbed. I think it's about to be. I think the plug's going to get pulled here in the next couple weeks. If I'm betting.
Good point. I mean, we are in. Isn't this the sports equinox coming up, where every sport is active, but like. It's so weird because you want to watch it or you want people to watch it, but you put it in the spot where nobody's going to watch it. Makes no sense.
Yeah, I think they're scrambling for everything that they possibly can right now.
At this point, it's clicks for engagement.
Like, I think it's pretty. Yeah, I think it's pretty bleak. So
get some stuff from the TikTok Creator Fund is what they're going for. That's how they're going to fund their tournaments.
And then on the equipment front, a couple things. Titleist GTS is now booking for fittings. So if you're looking to get a new driver, GTS, supposedly it's faster than GT. GT was a pretty dang good driver. So I'd look at that. And then today, Odyssey released a Damascus steel version of the Odyssey number 7. If you saw it.
Way.
Freaking
did see.
Yeah.
They are so cool looking.
Super sick. And I got myself into a 7S right now, so I've been eyeing it, unfortunately.
You should get it. You got to get it and let us know what you think.
I'm in a white hot 7S, and I love how soft the white hot insert is. So I'm worried. I don't know how. I've never hit a Damascus steel putter, but I'm assuming it's pretty soft.
I can't possibly put together how you love the white hot. And you're such a golf purist, loving the insert.
Yeah.
You just scream 303 stainless. That is the only thing you can be feeling between your ball.
Dude, I have been lost with the putter. And I had the stainless steel 2018 Scotty Cameron fastback for a while that I was playing, and just felt like I couldn't find the sweet spot. And I have put this number 7 in play and just putted better than I've putted for a long, long time. The ball comes out rolling end over end, and it comes out on my line, and it comes out with good speed. So maybe I'll go to the basically the number 7 copy of the Scotty Cameron is my thought, but yeah, I don't know,
Phantom
man.
7.
Why not? If it's not if it's not broken, don't fix it. So
you got to get a Phantom 7 and a Damascus and compare them with your white hot 7. That'd be sick.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of putters, quick. So we've been talking about Tony Finau's putter a ton. So do you know, Kevin, is that an insert that's the putter face? I'm curious why all these other putters have, the milled face, the grooves, the yes putter on Matt Fitzpatrick, but then Tony Finau's is flat.
So you're saying his new one, the new Scottsdale.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an insert. It doesn't have the grooves so it'd be kind of like the white hot, how it's a flat insert. And their Scottsdales that they've had in the past, the Scottsdale TR, Lots of putters they've had through the years have had inserts, but they've been flat. And but it's got like a little bit of surface like friction to it. It's not grooves like the white hot micro hinge or the spider, true roll insert, but they're looking for like launch and like roll characteristics that the insert's going to give. So I feel like I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but like it is so different depending on the face. They don't necessarily need grooves to like grab and grip the ball, because the material interaction with the ball is like producing the roll that they want.
Damn, that's cool. I want one so bad.
You have to buy one. They're so cool.
I want to play around with that. What is the industry term for when the shaft is in the center, but like it's a little bit offset?
Onset is what that is. Tony Finau's putter is onset,
Okay,
where the face is in front of the shaft.
gotcha. Okay, which I think would benefit me because there's a picture on our last golf trip, Matt, that Brennan really was laughing at. So I'm putting, and like my putter head is like in front of the ball somehow, and it's like above my hip. Like my backswing is here, but for some reason I like follow through like crazy. I've since gotten better at putting, but like that picture's so funny.
Yeah. We'll have to get Brendan on here one of these days and give us some coaching tips.
I think we do. I got to get up to Fargo. So is there any other notes about the news in the golf world these days? If not, we can get right into some trivia.
I'm good to go into trivia, Matt. You good for trivia?
Do it.
Every week I'm scared to ask the trivia question because I think Matt's gonna nail me on it. And there's supposed to be.
If it's on is it on the Cadillac Championship?
No.
Oh man,
it's like, what does WGC stand for?
That was my prime golf watching time, was like in that early 2010s. I was watching a lot of golf. You can ask me a lot of questions about the early 2010s. I'll get them right.
I'm sure you would. The way I like approach the trivia questions is that I want them to be challenging, but I want them to be like gettable.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, typical bet, we'll chug a beer. Since I'm on a work trip, I don't have a beer ready at my disposal, but I do right next door. So I'll send you a vid if someone gets this. I'm scared to ask it, but I'm going to ask it anyways. So Trump National Doral has 4 golf courses. We've got the Blue Monster that they're playing for this tournament. Give me the name of one of the other courses. There's 3 others.
Of only one of them?
Yeah, only one of them.
It's the red.
Wait. Before you answer, maybe you should have 2 and Dom has 1.
Okay, I'll have 2.
Well, that's not fair. I was ready to ride Matt's coattails.
I'll give you a clue that they are in the same format as Blue Monster.
Oh man, it's the red. One of them's the red
monster.
No, it's not the red monster. It's the red. It's a different animal or a different mythical creature.
Can you keep your thoughts to yourself, please?
Am I close?
No. Maybe. Yes. I don't know.
The Red Panther.
Red Fox.
That's your guess. Take it. That's your final guesses?
The Red Panther, and then I think it's the black something. I don't know the other one.
Silver Fox.
Nope. Nailed it.
No way.
Wow, you son of a bitch.
I was thinking of
is it the Silver Fox?
Hey, let's go.
Yes.
I was thinking of Rory and Anderson Cooper whenever you mentioned it.
That's unreal. I was about to do the bells like ding, 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 we're done. And then Dom just throws Silver Fox.
What is the other one?
Oh, that's brutal. So we got Blue Monster, Red Tiger,
Red
Golden,
Tiger.
yeah,
What
Red
in the
Tiger,
world?
Golden Palm, and Silver Fox.
Wow.
What are these names?
Yeah, you said like Red Fox or something like that, and I was gonna be like, oh, going in, well, it's Tiger.
Oh, I'm surprised you could hear
Oh,
me.
all
I'm
right.
talking out of my ass while I'm
I know.
sitting
That's
down.
how all of them go. I'll send you guys a video of me chugging, but
I'm finishing off my for you, Dom.
Oh, beautiful. I'll do it too for fun.
Well, good job, Dom.
Totally planned. Everyone I've gotten right is just like a throwaway.
I have a quick trivia question for you guys. There's a very famous video at Doral where somebody, I mean, we can cut this out, but where somebody says, "Be the number." It's one of our favorite golfers. It's a very famous video.
I don't know.
We can cut it. We can cut this out because
Wait, isn't that No Laying Up's intro?
No, that there's one of that one. I'll send you this video. We can cut this out, but it's Patrick Reed, and he was like,
really?
it's a very funny video.
Okay, yes.
Now that you say that, it's ringing some bells.
Yeah,
Be the number today. That's No Laying Up.
that's Hal Sutton at the Players.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'll just transition to one and dones, and then we'll cut. Yeah. Okay. We'll get into one and dones now. After we'll clip in Kevin drinking a beer right now. So this recent week, it was a little bit different where it's a paired up tournament. So we kind of had clean slate, choose whoever you want, if you chose them or not, whatever, and then they do not reflect upcoming tournaments. So Matt can still choose Brooks Koepka if he wants. And so on that note, he chose Brooks and Shane Lowry, and they ended up 41 was their placement. And then I chose Tony Finau and Greyersman, and I was at 36. And you're noticing that those numbers are pretty high. That is because we both missed the cut. Kevin's team was the only one that made the cut. Very good choice. Aaron Rai and Thigala. They ended up at 24. So really good for Kevin, and it's very unfortunate because this is my first missed cut, and it was the perfect one to miss because I didn't really get that big of a number, like that big of a dispersion from Matt. I know he was very mad in our group chat about that. But our total numbers now, Matt is sitting at 559. Kevin is at 356, and I am at 230. So we're getting a little bit closer. I think week by week, Kevin is just chipping away, trying to get closer to me. Like we said, majors are double. So that's going to be coming up here pretty soon. But going into the Cadillac Championship, Matt, as our highest current score, what is your choice for one and done?
Yeah. I was thinking about it a lot. I liked Russell Henley, but he doesn't hit it very far, and Doral's a big ballpark. Tommy Fleetwood, but waiting for him at the majors. Thought this could be a good week for Scotty Scheffler. He's always an easy pick, but again, kind of waiting for the majors on this one. I think I'm going to go Nikolai Højgaard, big bomber.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he consistently. I'm kind of going to the Dom world. I'm kind of going. I'm not going for the win. I'm going for the top 10.
There you go. That's a great idea.
And he's going to miss the cut.
Sorry, Nikolai.
Probably. But if I have the one winner this year, if I pick the one winner.
You didn't pick a winner.
Yeah, I did. Matt Fitzpatrick.
No, that didn't happen.
Don't fall into the trap, Matt.
All right, let's keep moving on. Let's not focus on that. So anyway, my pick. No, I'm just kidding, Matt. That is definitely a good pick. I think he will do well.
Nah, you're in it now. You're a dick. Who's your choice?
I'm gonna go with our boy, Team McLaren, Team Formula One, Team Justin Rose, official World Golf Rankings number 5. He's going to rip it up with his new clubs. It's going to be so
Ooh.
sick. McLaren is going to pay him so much money. His equity is going to pay him back immediately. It's going to be incredible.
Okay. I actually, I love it. Why not? Maybe he stuns everybody. He's going to stun all the bookies out there, and everyone's going to be betting against him. It's going to be good. So, my choice, I was hoping that one of you would choose one of my two, so I'd have to make the decision myself. But on the topic of bombers, I'm just going to go ahead and pick. Give me Cameron Young.
Good pick. I was there too. Looked at him.
Yeah.
Good pick.
It was going to be him or Hideki. I just feel like because it's going to be set up like a major, like it's just a nice course, and Hideki loves majors, but Cameron Young bombs it. He is pretty good at not getting bogeys, so I'm just thinking he's going to make the cut, and we're just going to play some defense.
Yeah, World
So,
Golf
Matt,
number 4.
say it again.
World Golf Rankings number 4.
Yes, sir. Matt, you were saying before, while you're kind of talking through your picks, you were saying, I want to choose him. He didn't bomb it though. Like who are you kind of going between?
Russell Henley, looked at him. He doesn't really bomb it. I don't know. We haven't seen Doral in such a long time, so I don't know who plays well. Like JJ Spawn, but he hits it far, but not super far. I've already picked Pearson Cootie. Can't pick him again.
That worked out well.
Ryo Hitsatsune. Thought about him for a while. I mean, you just gotta hit it. I feel like this course has always done well with bombers. Bubba played well here historically. I think DJ won here a couple times back when he was not fishing. But I just feel like it's a kind of a bomber's paradise, unfortunately. I mean, not unfortunately. It's a skill in some aspects. So
yeah,
I feel like Russell Henley might win now, though. That's gonna suck if he does.
Well, beautiful.
This course
so
is 7,739 yards. So
long
at
course.
sea level.
At sea level, it's going to take a bomber to win.
Mm.
First hole right out the gate, 578,
Par
472, 440, 227, par 3, like letting it rip.
Yeah.
Minwoo Lee could be a great pick.
He's been doing okay this year. That's kind of why I was thinking Hideki, because kind of rewards those really good ball strikers. So could be there, but yeah, Minwoo, he's very streaky. I feel like he's very up and down. So I don't know. I'm not really sure there.
I have a quick. We should talk about this next week in our review. Hole 10, par 5, 608 yards. How many eagles do you think we have?
Over under?
Yeah. Like, are there going to be any? Is it going to be 2? Is it going to? Yeah, I don't know. That's my question. Is I want to look back at this next week for guys who can hit it so far. How many of them can actually get on in 2, and how many will get on in 2 and make eagles? I think that would be a fun experiment to look back at.
I think the over under. I think the line would be 3.5
for the whole tournament.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That's so tough to take the over. I really want to, but that is such a challenge. It's so long.
Give me the over there
on 3.5
in the whole tournament. I think there will be more than 3 people will get one.
All right, if Dom's taking the over, I'll take the under.
Yeah,
Loser takes a shot.
I would take the under.
Love it. All right, I love that. We're gonna clip this back. It's gonna be great. So, thanks for listening. We appreciate you. Excited to see the Cadillac Championship coming up. Once again, go watch LPGA. I'll be some boots on the ground during their tournament at Hazeltine. It's gonna be awesome. Follow us on our socials at Under the Covers, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, at Under the Covers Golf. My apologies. But yeah, see you next week.
Shout out P. Reed, asterisk for the winner this week at Cadillac.
Asterisk tally, baby.
He knows it doesn't matter what's under a hood. Only thing that matters is who's behind the wheel.
When I flushing it, I don't stick divots.
But again, with the driver right now, the driver sucks.
I tried to activate my glutes the best I could.
Most important thing, make sure you fade it.